the book of Acts was written in a very specific time period,
Yeah.
which expressed what was going on in their day. And we're in a different day, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Uh, and you can read the book of Acts and you'll find all sorts of weird stuff in there, like
Yeah.
Paul taking Timothy to be circumcised, like them telling the believers to not eat meat sacrificed to idols, and it's like, well, it's meat, you know, there's lots of things around that which you can read. If you read the book of Acts as a prescription of how to live today, you may find some really good stuff, like how they helped each other and were a community and they shared life together. Great. But the way they did it, we can't go back to living how they lived 2,000 years ago. We've got to be living our lives today in the culture we live in, being a counterculture to that. You're not being subject to the conditioning of the culture we live, but expressing how love works within this culture, and how we can express love in our day, in our way, so that people can experience God as we demonstrate God's love to them. But it is very different from following a set of religious beliefs that are based on a book which was written thousands of years ago, and supposedly we're supposed to apply it today, and that you get groups of people who still are trying to follow feasts which were for another religion. It's like, why would I want to take the Passover or celebrate Rosh Hashanah as my new year, or whatever those things are? And I'm not an expert on the feast, but I know Jesus was the fulfillment of all those feasts. So we have the living fulfillment to be in relationship with. Why would we try and outwork feasts that were followed in another religion? And I know
Well,
people, they do it, and I think, I just don't get it. I just don't get why you be wanting to follow the Feast of Purim or something to do with Esther, and it's like, I've engaged Esther as one of the cloud of witnesses, and she's been helpful to give me some insight into the cleansing process that we go through. But she was very clear that she told me that she didn't want to be doing the things that she ended up doing because she didn't think that's what God had for her life. And it was like, sometimes the very things we do are very contradictory to the things we think we should do, but yeah, we're in this place where God is unveiling and revealing and deconstructing people's mindsets, belief systems to a very simpler form of love. If we love one another, people will begin to see that we are disciples of Jesus and we're following him.
Yeah.
But we all need to be loved as the motivation and the empowering to love others, not just because we think it's a law we should follow and try. Like, love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your mind, all your strength, and your neighbor as yourself. Well, that's a law. And if we try and fulfill that law, we'll fail. Because we'll try to love God and we try and please him and we'll try and be obedient and we'll think we have to fulfill this stuff. And we will be weary and heavy burden trying to do it, which is why Jesus tried to get them not to follow the law, but to follow him.
Yeah.
But people are trying to get people back to follow the law, whichever law. And there is evangelical law and charismatic law and reformed law, and all this different denominational streams have their own set of laws that they hold to as being the way we should live. If you enjoy these videos, would you please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe? It really does help. Thank you very much.